ancient shipwreck to be made accessible to divers in Greece. Temibala, Greece, near the northern Greek island of Olympus, lies a remarkable ancient shipwreck, the remains of a massive cargo ship that changed archaeologists' understanding of shipbuilding in antiquity. Now the spectacular find is to become the first ancient shipwreck to be made accessible to the public in Greece, including to recreational divers. Kourkoumelis, rich underwater heritage, has long been hidden from view, off limits to all but a select few, mainly archaeologists. Scuba diving was banned throughout the country, except in a few specific locations, until 2005, for fear that divers might lose the countless antiquities that still lie scattered on the Kourkoumelis that ancient shipwrecks and even many more recent ones are still off limits. Now that seems to be gradually changing, with a new project to create underwater museums. Divers will be able to tour certain shipwrecks, and non-divers will experience the sight through virtual reality in information centers on land. The first of these sites is the Pagasitic shipwreck, named for the uninhabited Greek island Pagasitic, where it was discovered in the early 1990s. The cargo ship was laden with thousands of amphoras, or vases, probably containing wine, when it sank in the late 5th century BC. All that survives is the cargo of exposed parts of the wooden ship, having long since rotted away, but the sight is spectacular. Thousands of ancient vases, the vast majority intact, lie in layers. Fish, sponges and other sea creatures have made the amphoras their home, adding color and life to the sight. In some places, the cargo towers above divers as they pass along the perimeter of the wreck. It is very impressive. Even I, who have been working for years in underwater archaeology, the first time I dived on this wreck I was truly impressed, said Dimitris Kourkoumelis, the lead archaeologist on the project, preparing the site for visitors. ITS, different amphoras individually in a museum and different to see them in such concentration that the wreck still holds mysteries. Only a small part has been excavated, and experts have yet to determine how or why it sank, or what other treasures it might have carried beneath the estimated 4,000 amphoras in its hold. There are indications of fire had broken out on board, but ITS unclear whether that contributed to its sinking. Was it a piracy act? Was it overloaded? Said Pagasitic, the first archaeologist to excavate the site. These questions remain unanswered. The Pagasitic wreck is the largest ship of its time to have been found, and its discovery was of major significance to history, and up to then, we thought that large ships that were carrying 1,500 amphoras and were up to 70 tons. They were built by the Romans in the 1st century BC. Kourkoumelis explained. Now we have a ship that was not built in the 1st century BC. It was built in the 5th century BC. It carried 1,000 amphoras and God knows what else, and ITS 126 tons. Kourkoumelis said she is thrilled the wreck is being opened to visitors. ITS fantastic. 25 years ago, I was the first person that proposed it, and people were jumping at me. They thought I was crazy. She said, why should we keep it to ourselves? We have to give knowledge to people. The first test for guided tours of the wreck, which lies at a depth of about 22 to 28 meters, 72 to 92 feet, was carried out last weekend with small groups of recreational and professional divers. A thorough briefing, complete with historical information and the rules of the dive, preceded the short boat ride from the tiny harbor of Temibala on Olympus to the site. On the wreck itself, explanatory signs have been suspended along the perimeter. The initial feedback has been positive. 3 other shipwrecks in the Pagasitic Gulf in central Greece are also included in the project, which is part of the European Commission-funded BlueMed program, which plans to expand the project to Italy and Croatia. More test dives will be held this summer and next year, with hopes of fully opening the sites to recreational diving in early 2021. Accessible archaeological sites are one of the most interesting projects, not just a Greek project, but the worldwide project, said Kourkoumelis, who noted it has taken a long time to get to the point of allowing visitors to access an ancient wreck. It took years, and archaeological, because underwater ancient sites, and particularly ancient shipwrecks, are exposed and fragile, he said, noting it was crucial to properly set up the project and the dive conditions, making sure the sites were protected before they can be opened to the public. The conditions must be ensured so that these sites remain safe in the future and for future generations, he added. /JPG. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.